All right, let's see. Are we actually going to be live here? Okay, looks like we're live. Let's see if anybody shows up here. So, if you're watching this in post, I apologize. I've never done anything like this, but you can't get good at anything by not doing something, right? Just like playing guitar. So, hopefully, you'll have some people show up on the stream, and then I can actually see what people are working on. So, we'll kind of just get going on the give you the lay of the land here. So, I have all these folders with the different tracks. Now, just to kind of set this up, this is like a kid's song I wrote for a TV show slash book series. Co-wrote this one, but there's some amazing tones in here, sounds. But we'll kind of go through it. Be fun. Ultimate goal on the channel is to get you guys to view some tracks, understand some tracks, and write some songs. So just to kind of keep pushing what we're doing on the channel and moving it forward. But let's kind of start the track from the beginning and just give it a little listen through just to kind of see how things are going, and we'll go from there. All right, so let me switch over. So this is our mix window. This is the edit window where I do most of the work. I'll kind of open up the drum folder. You can kind of see these are real live drums tracked with a real drummer. Imagine that, the way music was meant to be made. So we're gonna go ahead and see if I can change this to waveform. So let's kind of listen through the track a little bit from the beginning and go from there. Oh, yes. Okay. You guys, if you guys popped onto this live stream, you guys are my guinea pigs. So do me a huge favor. I've never done anything like this. This is a song I'm working on for a TV sync catalog. It's a kid song. It's a rocking song, TV show, book, whole backstory to this. But I definitely want you guys, if you can just drop a chat, if you can hear everything, and let me know, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I just want to see if you guys can hear everything, my voice clearly. Let me kind of play the track. We'll play it a little bit and then let me know. And if you're watching this in post, you guys understand this is just how we do this stuff. Okay, here we go. So check this out. I am so bored, my dad is working, my mom is busy, I'm going crazy. I wanna go down to the city where the bright lights are so pretty. I wanna go down and be excited and never slow down, and you're invited. I wanna go down to the city and wave my hands up. I'm feeling so free. I wanna wear what I wanna wear. I wanna do what I wanna do. Why do I have to do it your way? I wanna go down. I wanna go down. I'm wearing all these colors in my hair, and I don't even know if you care, 'cause I did it in my bathroom. I wanna go down to the city. First I play with my iPad, and I go out and I see if my neighbor is around, and I tell her that I'm free, and then she comes over and we look at my movie. Then I go eat dinner with my family. Now I want to go somewhere else to play, but my dad tells me it's too dark outside today. And so I get really mad 'cause I'm feeling really bored. I wanna go down to the city. Hey! 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 I wanna go down, I wanna go down to New York. Okay, you guys kind of get the idea. If you guys showed up in the stream, would absolutely love if you guys could just drop a comment in the chat. First of all, where are you watching from? Have you ever been on the channel? And let me know too, could you hear everything okay sound-wise? Because I've never done anything like this. So you guys are literally my guinea pigs for all of this. And if you're watching it in post, let me know too how the levels are translating for you over in the YouTube land, because you never seems to always work. But I think I got it kind of dialed in. So just to kind of give you the lay of the land of the track, it's obviously very guitar driven. I'm gonna kind of go over here and show you guys. Let me know too in the chat if you guys ever recorded. Do you want to learn about recording? What instruments do you play? Because I think it'll be fun to kind of hang out and do this. It's fun to see the end result of why we learn how to play instruments, why we do all this stuff. Now, I am not a professional mixer per se, but I was always the guy in the band that would sit around for years, take all the notes. I started on 4-tracks. I went to digital recorders. I've been on Pro Tools since 2000. Logic. I've mixed a lot of stuff for TV stuff, bands. I've produced. Obviously, the channel is mostly about my guitar journey. That's my main lane. You got to pick a lane, but you got to kind of wear multiple hats nowadays. So this is Pro Tools if you don't know. If you guys do know what this is, and I got to see if the chat even works. I'm going to drop a chat and just see. Can you guys tell me if the chat is working? Let's see. Because I've never used OBS like this. Okay, so just drop me a chat if you can. Any questions? Yes, the more I can do. I think I want to do the live stuff more too, because, when you make YouTube videos in your room, you're isolated. And I do all this so I can interact with real humans. I am not AI. I am real. So here's what's cool. This track was actually recorded in, or if you guys can just give me a reaction in the chat. I just want to see if it's linked up okay. So this was actually recorded in a professional studio in Florida called Clear Track Studios. Amazing. You guys should look it up. My friend Mike owns it. My best friend Jim is a professional. He's a mastering engineer now, but he's worked in LA and got trained with Andy Wallace. I mean, he's had an amazing career. Okay. Cold Bias, right on. You know what? I feel like I recognize your picture from the channel. Could you hear everything okay? So it's so weird when people see this video in post and I'm talking like live, but that's what the lives are all about. So let me just kind of solo the drums, all these yellow tracks. Let me know if you can hear the drum tracks okay. So this was a drummer, a real drummer. I'm trying to get back to organic music making. Let me know if you can hear the drums okay. Right on. Okay, Mississippi. My mom lives in Alabama. You guys, is there a balance okay between my voice and the actual track? I can't even tell you the amount of technical stuff. So just listen. Can you guys hear the drums okay? Okay, cool. Now let me put the whole mix in there and let me know. Go down to the city and wave my hands up. I'm feeling so free. Right on, Borrow Land. Thank you so much. It's really weird. When I first started this channel 4 years ago, I did some live streams with some friends talking about like 90s music and stuff. Then I didn't do lives forever. So I got to just start putting some different kind of content on here. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm using a program called OBS, and then there's all this stuff you got to figure out how to screen record your audio and then get your microphone in there and get the levels right in here. So I think I kind of got it dialed. So that's why. You guys are awesome. Let me know too if you guys answer me in the chat and even in post if you're watching this. Are you guys currently recording music? Do you want to learn more about recording music? Do you guys have you done any recording in the past? Do you have friends? Do you know anybody that does this? Because I really want to show more of the end game on here of why we do this. Like all the guitar lessons. Listen, for me, guitar was just a tool. I wanted to be in a band, period. And that was it. So I wanted to end up in a band and make music. So I think for all of us at the end, it's cool. I'll show you something really cool too. I just realized my old buddy I was in a band that I toured with, he played the bass line on this. So it's kind of fun. I feel like he put a filter. Tell me if you guys can hear this bass. I'll just kind of solo the bass tracks. Let's see. Oh, that's not working. Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. Can you guys hear that bass line okay? Lots of guitar, lots of playing. Okay, cool. Awesome. When you say you've done lots of recording, have you been recording, bought the equipment to record, but hated messing with it? You know what? I can totally relate to that. I'm going to tell you something. This is my entire life in a nutshell. Tell me if you guys agree with this. I feel like everything has gotten so overcomplicated in this world and we're so overwhelmed with so much information. I am literally dialing back everything in my life. Simplicity, simple, right? Old school. Okay. Yeah. So like I'm going back to all analog gear. I mean, obviously I'm using Pro Tools here. You got to record into some system, but all these songs I'm producing and mixing, they're all going to get mixed down to like analog tape. So it's all going through an analog chain. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like BAE, which is like a Neve 1073 clone, and then I've got a distressor over here in the rack off screen. I literally rebuilt my whole studio desk. I got a keyboard rack down here. You guys probably can't see. Well, you can kind of see the drums back over here. I want to record drums. I just kind of want to make music the way it was made, where people show up. Um, you know nothing on the new stuff, but you play lead guitar. Very cool. You guys, too, definitely drop in the chat what are your favorite genres, or if you're watching of this in post, put what are your favorite genres of music, like if you could play any genre. Um, yeah, so I know it's the recording stuff can get overwhelming, but hopefully we can do more of it on here, too. But I'll show you, kind of give you a little lay of the land. Thrash metal, nice. Drop some thrash metal bands that you like, new and past. Intern in the army, professor. Yeah, I'm a professor at a couple universities too in the School of Ed. Yeah, man, the technology stuff's out of control. You know, I'll tell you something. Even Megadeth, yeah, good old Marty Friedman and Dave Mustaine. I'll tell you a funny story. My parents lived in this gated community in California, and I know I'm all over the place here. Pantera, oh man, Dimebag, I love those guys. But my parents lived in the same. Dave Mustaine was one of their neighbors. My dad had no clue who he was. He's like, it's this long red-haired guy, and his wife's name was Pam or something. But super. I never got to meet him, but he said he was super chill. Yeah, I think Marty Friedman. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Marty Friedman, doesn't he live in Japan now? And he has like a huge following. Yeah, I mean Megadeth, Pantera, and I'll tell you, it kind of ties into the my mindset about making music and recording. Yes, he does. That's what I thought. Like when you guys record tracks, because of all the technology, it's so easy to like make a pass of guitar, like play a track and copy and paste it. But I think that's just cheating the process. So you always got to play it all the way through, like in a linear fashion, as if you were in a band from the beginning. Like check it out. So I'll just, for funsies, since this was supposed to be about mixing a track live, but we'll have fun musical talk. That's what it's about. Let's see here. I think this was a Rat pedal, and I want to say I'll just solo this. It was through probably I think I had a Marshall JCM 900 head. We had everything in there. We had boogies. I mean, we had everything. So let me kind of hear. Let me know if you can hear this guitar track. Okay, I'm just soloing it. It's definitely a Rat pedal through something. One take, there you go. Let me know if the guitar track, if the sound's transferring over okay. There's a bass in there too. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll get this more dialed in. Yeah, you can clearly hear too, like both of the guitars, they're both kind of riffing a little bit of a different part. The best part was we had a real drummer, no click track. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I hate click tracks. They think they suck all the life out of music. But this was a real track. He might have had a click in there, but we tracked live. So if we stick the drums back in. There's a piano, a grand piano in there too. Throw that in there. Yeah, the problem with metronomes, you guys, let me know if you're aware of this. The problem, it just depends. I mean, pop music, everything's cut to a grid. Everything's like a same progression. I could never produce for pop stuff. produced some pop artists in the past, but okay, good. I'm glad everything sounds good. So this is good for me knowing for the future moving forward because I want to write some live songs on here. But yeah, this wasn't played to a grid, played with a real drummer. Now, if you have to cut something to a grid, like let's say you're playing to some drums from like Superior Drummer or you know, the drummer that's inside of like Logic or whatever. I mean, that's why you have to play your parts all the way through linear, like, and you got to stack parts like that because all those little differences, those little nuances, that's what adds up to make it sound organic, and that's what's missing from music, right, guys? So if you guys showed up in the chat, would love some more of your thoughts. It's cool interacting with you guys. I'm glad this is working. I thought this might be a total disaster, but yeah. So like this has piano, bass, drums. It's more of like a little punk style song. You know, the girl that sings the lead vocals, she kind of unsolo. Her guitars were like so muddy. So I totally rolled them off. Put my part in. So she's just doing like power chords. Let's see, I filtered down. Yeah, I just took a basic filter. Everything below like 420 hertz is gone. So you see this little blue area here? All of that is filtered out. Because if you listen to the track, let me just solo this by itself without that filter on there. Listen to how muddy it is. Listen to that. It's crazy. It's so bad. And then get rid of all that low-end gunk. Because everything's how it fits in the mix. Because in the mix... There's this really fun little guitar lead I did in here. It's pretty rough. I think I totally trashed it up using like Decapitator, which is a Soundtoys plugin. And sorry guys too, if I'm saying anything you're like, what the heck is Soundtoys Decapitator? You guys will learn all this stuff. That's just a plugin that's like a distortion plugin, but listen to these cool little guitar parts. It's got some mojo to it. So it almost sounds like it's gonna blow up, right? It's just, but in the context of the mix. Hey! Hey! I wanna go. Yeah, the little a little OD on there. I'll have to do a video too. I'm totally rebuilding my pedal board back there for my live band. Because I have an acoustic duo I play in. I play with this husband and wife, like this 3-piece. And we're going to do a video on the channel. We are going to, because it's a very challenging song, we are going to record and produce and do a video of Message in the Bottle by the Police. I don't know if you've ever played that riff that Andy Summers plays. It's those fifths, those like spread fifths. Oh my God, that makes your hand feel like it's going to want to fall off. And then the actual recording, he stacked in another like interval with that. It's if you ever able to isolate that track and hear it, it's unbelievable. I mean, those guys were like 3 virtuosos in a band, but that's kind of why we take all of our inspirations and do stuff like that. But yeah, like recording with less gain on everything. You know, here's the thing too. If you guys ever listen to a lot of the Rage Against the Machine records, you know, Tom Morello was using a JCM 800 head, and he didn't have the gain very high. You know, you almost get a heavier sound by that. But when you stack the tracks, and of course, Andy Wallace mixed that record, and that's game over. Once Andy mixes your stuff, it's like he mixed everything. But that's kind of my way I build my board. I have a Rev D20 head. That's the one I use in the videos. I play so much acoustic on here. But I just put a Royalist Tone King preamp in the front end, so now I turn it into a 3-channel beast. And then I've got a couple OD pedals, a couple modulation pedals, and everything's controlled with a Boss ES8. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with those kind of controllers, but like this whole record, this whole song was done in the studio. I mean, we had twin reverbs. We had, I don't think there's any clean tracks on here, and I'll show you a bunch more tracks. But this was all done through like world class gear, which is where my head's at. I mean, I spent a ton of money on the new rack gear because that's what records sound like. If you want that sound, you have to have that. I'm just running my vocal through the little interface on the UA Apollo, but the signal chain, like the analog chain, is like that's god tier stuff. So, but anyways, we'd like to do more stuff like this. So you guys, you can hear. Thank you for confirming that you can hear kind of all the levels okay. This is more of like a tester video just to kind of see how this works. But yeah, super fun. I want to do a lot more stuff. Kind of cool when you hear like all the vocals stacked, things in isolation. It's good for you guys to see how you paint everything together.
I am so bored. My dad is working. My mom is busy.
Yeah, it's the sound you need for sure.
I'm going crazy. I want to go down to the city where the bright lights are so pretty.
So you can hear a lot of grit on her voice, but that's kind of the vibe of the track. So I put some distortion in there. Now I don't know if I baked it in. Let's see here. So these are all the lead vocal tracks. So these 2 red tracks, she did 2 stacks here. And then I just muted this one here and I had this one come in. I mean, man, you guys, mix engineers, they are like they're an engineer. They're masters of their instrument is a mixing board, understanding how to put tracks together. I've got to learn from some great ones myself. So I'm mixing all these songs. They go to my mastering guy in Florida. We're doing 10 tracks out of the gate. These are all from a kids' TV show I wrote. Yeah, thing like that, a book. So, but that's why I want to know if you guys can, drop in the chat, like Cold Bias. You definitely have some experience with that, but we'll keep trying to grow these live streams. And what kind of, just let me know too, drop in the chat. What kind of things do you want to see in the live streams? Or if you're watching this in post, drop in the comments. What kind of things do you guys want to do live? I think it's good for me to interact. Yeah, man, I wish you guys were here too. See, that's the thing. The YouTube thing, I didn't really plan on doing this. I had a bunch of middle school kids I was teaching. They all wanted to be YouTubers, and they're just like, and I was like, I'll start a channel, but to help people, and the channel kind of blew up, and it keeps growing. But at the end of the day, everything I do is to play music with other people, or I would be miserable. So everything I do on the channel, eventually, hopefully I'm inspiring you guys. Yeah, don't start YouTubing. It can be maddening too. I don't do this as a career though. I mean, I do pretty well at it, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to do YouTube as a career because then you're just chasing numbers and you've got so much pressure, and YouTube's a trip. You can get really isolated. At the end of the day, you got to make music with other people. Or if you haven't had that opportunity, you guys that play live and have done it, that's what it's all about. You don't know how to YouTube yet. I can't even tell you guys the amount. Do you guys think about when you started learning to play guitar or whatever instrument you play? The amount of technical stuff you got to learn. YouTube is like that too. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You said you know lead guitar. So I started in a 4-piece in my band. Then I went to a 3-piece for like 8 years. So definitely a different vibe when you have another guitar player in the band. Very cool. There's pros and cons to both. But when I played in a 3-piece, that was kind of game on. That's where I had to really get my chops to the next level. And I was blessed. I had really great teachers. And there's just so much to learn. Just like writing songs, learning the language of music. Oh, wow. So you have a lot of years of playing under your belt. And if any of you guys and else are in the comments, would love to hear from you guys too. We'll kind of keep trying to grow these live streams. But we should record a song live. Again, I just needed kind of a guinea pig session here on YouTube. But you can kind of see how the tracks are all stacked. But playing with the real drummer, had a bass player play the bass line. He's my buddy. He and I toured in a band for years. He's in California. So he actually played the bass. I played guitars. Skrilla Raya sang lead vocals. I think I sang backups on this one, but it's pretty amazing. You guys got to get into recording. Even if you guys just record on something on your phone to practice playing over. Yeah, thanks, man. Listen, the channel is nothing without people that come to the channel. The part that frustrates me the most about YouTube, though, is I try and make really good videos. I'm not going to make a video just to make a video. And sometimes YouTube just doesn't promote anything. You're just at the mercy of like the algorithm. It really is like fishing. The video I spent the least effort on it's my highest viewed video to this day. I just did it on my mom's patio with an iPad, and it was a lesson on triads. What else? Because you guys know I talk about triads till you guys are sick in the head, but they are the most important thing in music, in my opinion. And that video just went ballistic. And so but again, you just kind of keep making things. You're always trying to find new people to help them. That's what it's all about. Just keep helping people. Yeah, what do you mean when you say you record an old school stuff? Are you talking about like yeah, you guys know I'm going to keep talking about triads. Old school stuff. Do you mean like 4-tracks and stuff like that? That's how I started. I started on a Tascam 424. Are you recording like on 4-tracks or there's so many. I remember all the different systems, the progression. Then Roland had like this thing called a VS, what was it, like 1680? I had one of those with like zip discs, and that was kind of the digital realm. Then Pro Tools was out like in the mid 90s. It was like, I think just a 2-track recorder, but I didn't go all in on, ADAT, you're probably saying. Yeah, good old ADATs. Remember those? So those of you guys that have recorded, you just definitely know. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, we'll kind of keep. Yeah, the good old ADAT. I remember my buddies had those. I never had the digital audio tapes, but I remember what they look like. I think I went to the Roland VS 1680, which was super fun to record on. But yeah, this is crazy. For me, this is kind of the end game of like why we're learning all this stuff on guitar, is to just write songs and put art out into the world. So hopefully I'll do more of these live streams. And if you're just showing up in the chat, definitely drop where you're watching from. Let's see, Cold Bias, where did you say you are again? I saw the other guy said he was in Mississippi. Where are you watching from? That's the fascinating thing about this YouTube thing is everybody's all over the world. It's so cool. Everybody's just trying to get better at the craft of making music. Oh, you're in Georgia. Okay, cool. Yeah, my mom's in Alabama. I'm in Idaho now with the rest of California. I'm originally from Southern California. That's where I was born and raised. So I got to play that whole circuit. Yeah, got to do all the Whiskey A Go-Go, all those places. And again, the whole reason I started playing guitar is I wanted to be in a band. You know, that was it. But yeah, it'd be fun to get into some recording stuff on here. Start with a blank session. Florida boy. Okay, I did live in Florida, though. I lived in Clearwater for 10 years. And my daughter lives in Lutz, which is part of really the Tampa area. So born in Florida. Okay. Yeah, I lived in Florida, which is where I recorded this track in Tampa at Clear Tracks, in Clearwater, Florida. Let's see, I lived in there from 2009 till like 2017. Moved back to Cali, and then left and moved to Idaho. Southwest Idaho. So I'm near Boise, but everybody here is from California. No offense to people from Idaho, but they probably don't like us too much. We kind of took this place over because the prices are insane, you know, for you guys. I have a lot of viewers on here that are in San Diego and California, and they know what I'm talking about. I have the prices in Georgia like gone up crazy. I'm sure. I mean, that's the crazy part. We need all this money for new gear, but everything is so freaking expensive. But yeah, so this has been fun, guys. So let me know what kind of things you want to see maybe done in live streams for the future. If you're watching this in post, definitely put in the comments, you know, what kind of things you want to do in live streams. I'm open for whatever. I don't want to stay kind of stagnant and rest on my laurels too. So yeah, we'll do more mixing sessions. I think what I really want to do is figure out how to do something like this live, where we write a song live and I can record live and you guys can kind of see it, because I got some amazing gear here that I spent a lot of money on, but I did it for a reason. So gonna keep putting out music. This year is going to be a big year. We'll keep growing the channel. The more new people we can get into the community, the better. Yeah, I could do a video on improvising. So when you say improvise, that's probably my strongest suit. I grew up with a mom that was a music teacher, so that definitely helped. When you say improvise, do you mean just like over a chord progression, like this like lay out a chord progression. We could lay out a chord progression in here, and then I could improvise over it, and then we could talk about what are some different approaches we could do. So I mean, I'm definitely going to try and do things like that. This is just like the tip of the iceberg, kicking this off. I just needed to kind of get this going and test all the levels. This is all the technical stuff. So if you're watching this in post, I appreciate you. We'll kind of keep doing things like this. But yeah, I'd say improv is probably my biggest strong point as a musician, probably just because of everything I've studied, I think jazz, I took that for a couple of years. That definitely helped the most. But I'm more of a rock, definitely a 90s guy. I love all those bands. Yeah, we could set something up and improvise. I should probably do more videos on that too, just improving. So like kind of showing people how to do that, or just everything's just a framework. At the end of the day, I can show you guys things. Yeah, that's cool. Well, if you play like you have to play rhythm guitar, obviously, if you're a rhythm guitarist. But if you are improvising over music, if you're a lead guitar player, you're a rhythm player by default. You have to play rhythm. Rhythm is king for now and forever. Rock and metal for you? Okay. Yeah, and if saw some new people popped in live, if you guys just drop in the chat where you watching from. This was more of a test stream to see if you guys could hear levels okay. I got this new streaming software. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, rock and metal. So I'm not really a shredder per se. That's not my strong suit. If I wanted to put some bandwidth into it, I could. I was more of a shredder guy like in the early days when I listened to a lot of stuff like Metallica and all that. I'm more about, I think I'm into songwriting and finding chord progressions and little parts. And don't get me wrong, like leads are amazing. But yeah, things like that. But yeah, so let's see here. I'll just do a couple more things. Just want to hear a couple more things. Let's kind of I want to hear the outro on this. Just let me know too. Let me know if the levels still sound clean. So here we go. Just give me like a thumbs up in the chat. Okay, good. I just want to test the levels. You never know, because when you're streaming live like this, YouTube unfortunately compresses everything. So I did a lot of research on the front end to kind of figure out how to even set this up. But hopefully we'll kind of keep these things rolling. Let's see. Yeah, good levels. Good. Yeah, so my favorite guitar players, Kurt Cobain, Billy Corgan, Jane's Addiction, Dave Navarro was like my favorite of all time. John Frusciante. Of course, my mom, because he's a music teacher, raised me on the Beatles, Pink Floyd. all those artists. But I just love just anything and everything. I think when you start producing too, you have to listen to a lot of different genres because you need a lot of things in your toolbox, just like a guitar player, right? So you never want to do anything. What's up, Daniel? Stoked to have you here, man. I didn't plan on doing this. I just using you guys as guinea pigs, so I got this song in there. Yeah, those guys are great, and was kind of testing levels. Daniel, where are you watching from? And I'm just curious, let me know too what kind of things you want to see. Maybe you want to do on live streams. I think the live streams are going to be important. We have a lot of people on the channel now, so I think it's important to kind of get us in here where we can hang out in chats and talk music. You guys know I started the podcast, the videos, the lessons always be the bread and butter. But I did a video, I don't know if you've seen it, a couple days ago. I did a video where I did a screen recording like this, where I built a C major scale on a chart, and I built every single diatonic triad in the scale, which I show you how to do that. And then I actually showed you where to put that on the guitar neck. No way, you're in Idaho? Me too. You came here after it. Where in Idaho are you? See what? Look, that's crazy. I feel like I recognize your name too. So, Cold Bias, I definitely recognized your picture, even though it's really tiny. What part of Idaho are you watching in? That's a trip. So, yeah, everyone that's showing up here, where are you guys watching from? So it's always blows my mind. Okay, Huntley. Is that so I'm not super so I'm in Nampa near Boise. So you're not too far off from here, right? So, you guys drop in the chat too. Who are some of your favorite like bands? Would love to know that stuff. And happy 4th of July, by the way. Like I said, I didn't plan doing this, but I had some time to kill. So I'm like, let's go hang out with the people. What kind of guitars are you guys rocking? Do you guys want to do some? I got to do some videos on guitars. We should do some videos on shopping for guitars. So, Lord knows I bought enough of those. Every time I say I'm not going to buy another one, I buy another one. I think the one I want to get next, though, I really want to get a Jazzmaster. And I really want to get a Gibson, like a Firebird or something like that. Yeah, very cool. I mean, I know I try and answer all your guys' comments. I feel like I love when you guys drop comments in the videos, and it's been thousands and thousands and thousands at this point now. So, oh, I remember we were talking about your Jackson, right? And I think you were saying you were having some tuning issues with it, and a PV. Yeah, man, I remember PVs were like, let's see, what did I start on? I think I had a crate. I had like a crappy crate, and then I moved through so many rigs. And then once I got a Marshall, that was it. Marshall's like my sound. I like the Fender cleans, but I know a lot of people hate JCM 900s, but I loved it. I toured with one. I mean, I just had such a simple setup. But my rig now is great. It's real simple. But the pedal board I'm building for it is amazing. I've rebuilt the pedal board like 75 times, but I think this is it. I think this is the last time. So this is it. So Daniel, what kind of guitar are you rocking lately? I knew this live stream would just turn into multiple. It's all about music. So whether we're mixing a song live, talking about music, it's all fun stuff. Yeah, if you could have any Marshall, which one would you have? I mean, they're so different. What's kind of cool, that Tone King preamp that has on my pedal board, it's kind of a new form factor companies are making. It's got the tubes in it, and I basically run it through the loop so I can expand. It's got a clean and a dirty, but it's got like 3 kind of Marshall JTM sounds in it, like JMPs and JTMs. And I know a lot of people ripped on JCM 900 heads, but I loved that head. But JCM 100s, I know those were kind of the sought after, or like the super leads. Yeah, the Tone King stuff is amazing. Yeah, that's why that little preamp I have through a Rev D20 head, and I got a 112 cab. See, we could do a whole like live stream on that recording. I think that would be a lot of fun. Again, I'm trying to use all the old school gear to do this. So we'll see what we can kind of come up with here as far as lives go. So again, if you're watching this in post, what do you want to see? What kind of things do you guys want to do? Yeah, JCM, man, the 800, the 900. I think that they make the little mini heads now too. I don't know if you've seen those little like mini JCM 800s, JCM 900s. I have some other mini heads. Even like my little head now is just like a little lunchbox head. But the Rev's a Canadian company. I don't know if you've heard of Rev. It's like REVV. They're incredible. Mesa Boogies. I remember like Mesa Boogies or like the dual rectifiers. I'm probably talking to about a lot of bands that have the tones from the 90s when I was touring, and the kind of tones I had and the bands that I loved. But man, there's so many choices out there. Like way too many choices. So, but yeah, man. So you guys, if you're hopping on here, definitely would love to know where you're watching from. Just running a little test on here. So we'll do some mixing. Yeah, this piano was pretty amazing. Check, this is out. I know I'm all over the place, but this was a grand piano. Let me know if you can hear that coming through okay. I rolled off a lot of low end on this though, just to get it to fix and fit in the mix. This is like a $130,000 grand piano. I think it was incredible. Let's see, I probably rolled it off here. Yeah, I rolled off everything below 80. I put a lot of more high end in it because it had to fit in the mix with all those other tracks. Yeah, anything from the 80s is great. Yeah, cool. And then I'll just kind of throw it back in the whole mix.
Wanna do Why do I have to do it your way? I wanna go down, I wanna go down. I'm wearing all these
Well, anyways, hey, Cold Bias brother, I'm gonna end this, but let me know. You want to do some more of these soon? I don't even care what we could. The sky's the limit with this stuff. So, yeah, that's the cool thing about mixing is you just got to mix everything and make it fit in the context of all the parts. Just like being in a band, right? Everyone, you can't step on everyone's toes. But let me know. I'll see you on the channel for sure. Eat lots of great food. Man, I can imagine the barbecue you must be having down there in your neck of the woods. But if you're watching this in post, definitely drop comments. The more interaction, anything we can do to grow this channel, make it better for all of us. And, you know, I'm learning just like you guys. So we'll keep this thing rocking, keep having fun, keep making music. All right, brother. Hey, thanks for hopping on here. I needed at least one of you. I really appreciate the interactivity. I think my favorite thing is talking music with you guys too. So we will keep this thing rolling. You have an amazing rest of your day. Have a great 4th of July. Whenever you're watching this, have a great day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. See ya. Peace.